The uncomfortable twitching mixed with Tourette's and a side of depression on an entree of fear trickled its way into my big-ass balding head when I decided to uncover Mr. Meaty. From the depths of the internet. Depths of the internet, you might ask? Yeah, bitch, because this show has been erased from the side of this globally warmed planet. I don't know if the vegetarians that rule the world locked it into a vault or the lib-cuck powers that be decided this is dangerous to the youth, but I had to go on some random-ass virus-filled website razoo to find this entire show. I'd probably have a safer experience searching on Pornhub or Xvideos. I couldn't even watch it on my phone because the pop-up ads would have a spaz attack and wouldn't go away without ad block. But I found it, and this show is as cursed and beautiful as I remember it to be.
Have a little meat.
Oh no, it's all greasy and full of nitrates.
Yeah, you like that meat? Big chunks of ham in it too?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, let that teach you a lesson. Don't mess with the meat boys.
The last time I remember watching this show was when it appeared on Nicktoons while I sat back in my grandmother's recliner in Houston as I played on my brother's Game Boy, looking up periodically to see Parker and Josh performing plastic surgery on a teenager.
We have fashioned some glue out of dish soap, mayonnaise, and honey mustard.
And it smells delicious. Have a whiff. Parker. Oh, I'm sorry.
This shit was my fucking favorite, because it was just so creative and I've always had a fascination with puppets. Except Sesame Street, that shit sucks. But maybe it was because puppets in general scared me so much. But it was that exciting fear. The fear you didn't want to look away from that sucked me into this show as a kid. These ugly ass puppets strike fear and laughter into my heart when you were able to see the dude controlling the puppets exaggerating way too much that you can see the material around the mouth start to break apart.
Give you $20 for it. I've handled these little beauties before. Okay, come on. Here we go. Come on in. Oh, that's the stuff. Ew.
To be honest, I hated cartoons as a child. Unless it was SpongeBob, I just fucking loved that gay sponge. But for the most part, cartoons never did it for me. I needed to feel like the show I was watching was real in some way. That's why I was a little fruitcake watching Disney Channel all hours of the night. Sue me. Even as a kid, I enjoyed seeing the effort put into a television show like this. The countless hours being put into making these puppets and the sets all around it. Even the intro title pictures were amazing. And the work it took to get that shot just right so the camera guy's hand or dick isn't in the shot when a group of baboons attack Parker and Josh. How can you possibly resist an episode about Parker turning into a woman?
Searing abdominal. My leg here.
Parker!
Make it stop! It's beginning to smell like strawberry shampoo!
Or taking care of a mail order Yeti.
No more lonely days in the kitchen! Oh, yeah!
He's hoarding food. Oh, he definitely ate the whole freezer.
Or your newest employee ends up being an alien and needs Parker to fucking inseminate the eggs in a kid's show.
We haven't dated yet.
Oh, no need. I already know your body will be perfect to incubate my eggs.
Incubate your what?
Come here, sweet.
Put this shit on HBO when you can see all the puppet titties and Josh can say the N-word in an episode about eating bugs. It's a guaranteed hit. A lot of cartoons did the same types of storylines that Mr. Meaty did, but with puppets instead of cartoons, it adds a whole nother element of horror and comedy with those lifeless eyes and limited faces.
100% pure beef.
Especially with the horror music and sounds they'd add into the episodes, the show was a fucking never-ending Halloween special.
Hello?
Hello, friend.
I just called to say that you left your tool shed open.
Where's the hors d'oeuvres?
I'm not sure if the Nickelodeon board of directors had a little too much vodka that morning and thought this was supposed to be the new Josh and Drake Halloween special, or Barbara the receptionist was overdosing in Adderall and forgot who she added to the appointment book. But I would have bet my ass to be in that room when this show was being pitched, to see the look on those old ass executives' faces as the writers said, "Alright, so get this. The employee named Parker he's a moocher. A big ass moocher. But this time, he's mooched way too much. And gets pranked by Josh, his coworker, and eats raw meat. And proceeds to get a tapeworm that they have to get rid of. And then at the end, an Australian eats it at the end. What do you think? It's no wonder this show got canceled before a third season could be made. All these church moms found out that there lies a hidden joke about boobs in episode 5 minutes 6:43 and just had to create a blog to complain about tainting the youth. Well, they can lick my taint, because this show had so much potential and honestly lived up to it the short amount of time it was on TV. When you watch the second to last episode in the show, episode 24, it shows you just how much potential this show had. All throughout the show, the entire set revolves around Scotchboro Mall, where they work. But in this episode, you see Parker and Josh at school like Mr. Meaty meets Ned's Declassified, and then outside make out Mount. Even Parker's fucking house gets revealed. Think about all the different places this show could have gone with the puppets. The strip club, therapist office, or a dentist office where you get a gross close-up of Parker getting a cavity filled and then hideous characters to go along with it. All ruined because wine-drunk Stacy didn't like meat jokes. Shit, even vegetarians were up in arms ready to murder humans over this show. That brings me to my next point, the characters. Specifically though, I want to talk about the most hideous ones on the show. Of course they're all ugly in their own special way, big lips, bloodshot eyes like heroin addicts, and bodies the shape of bowling balls. I'm gonna start with number 5, the kid version of Parker and Josh. I don't know why, but these guys, they're just hideous as kids and I love it. They're already some goobers in their normal age, but in kid form their features are way more exaggerated to superbness. Number 4 is the Hispanic guy with a big ass head who owns the Mexican restaurant inside the mall. This guy looks like he should have Jeff Dunham's hand up his ass, if you catch my drift. Number 3 is Donkey Josh. In one of the episodes, Parker gets a magic unicorn to give him a healing horn. Yeah, but now Josh wants one, but he's not pure and punches the unicorn, so now he gets turned into a donkey. I don't know why, but man, this mutation is horrifying. The torso is fucking ginormous, paired with the rainbow gay pride mullet that makes his head look like a bee. It produced nightmares for me, and I'm happy about it. The epic number 2 is basically every female on the show except for Brittany. They're all just gross, and it's hilarious. Finally, number 1 is the old lady. No soul knows her name, but legend says she's the only one that guides you through the levels of hell of Dante's Inferno. But really, this woman is a meth head that never overdosed. She is just something else, and I'm so happy her hideous face is on Mr. Meaty to complete the lore. It doesn't surprise me that Mr. Meaty is listed as comedy horror on Wikipedia after seeing the many terrifying scenes that plagued my memories as a child. Like when Parker turns into a girl, or a monster when he holds in his insults.
Buddy, it tastes like fried
Dog snot!
Oh! I can't hold it any longer!
There's also a grossness factor to this show, because they're working with real objects when they use things like slime for drool and things like that. It makes you dry heave.
Oh, there's no... All right, take it easy now.
Oh, that was delicious. And you know what? I think you'll be awake now.
Believe I've been hit by a moocher!
Have you ever wanted to see what the rotten Krabby Patty SpongeBob served to the health inspector looks like in reality? Well, don't worry, because Parker fixed one up just like it. This show also teaches us and our children many, many life lessons, such as never trust vegans because they will take you in under their wing to work at their barren wasteland of a restaurant and sacrifice you to the tofu gods the minute they get the chance. And then to always trust fast food workers to give you acne removal products, as well as plastic surgery when the homemade acne product makes your nose fall off and gets fried in the grease tank. Because at the end of the day, they know what's hip and what's not. And of course, the most important, never, ever, and I mean never, eat raw meat. I don't even have to explain the horrors of that episode. Mr. Meaty was a kids' television show that shouldn't have even been allowed on television, let alone Nickelodeon. But good fuck, I'm so glad it was. I can't tell you how happy I am the executives were a couple drinks in when this idea was proposed, because without that we wouldn't have iconic scenes of Parker having a tapeworm pulled out of his insides, or Josh having a raw meat girlfriend, or their boss having a slave employee with a shock collar, or vegans having a cult meeting to eat human flesh. This show was beautiful, and I'm gonna show every episode to my children and their children as well, even if I have to go on ISIS.com to find the first episode. The work that was put into this show for it just to be canceled is fucking bonkers. Because aside from the funniness, this show radiated so much effort. Mr. Meaty, may you live on forever in the minds of everyone with a memory of laughter or scares from these ugly-ass puppets. I hope you all liked this video. Thank you for watching all the way through. Peace.